All right, Lyvette, thank you so much for joining me. So
Thank you.
could you please state your name, your genre, the location of the film, the title of the film, and your role in the film?
Okay, so my name is Lyvette, and the genre was fantasy. The title is Dreams, and the location was Williamsburg Oval Park. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Um, and my role was basically to do director, um, like script writing. My friend also helped me out. Her name is Darina, and I helped out with just like filming the whole entire thing. And I was able to like get people on board, some actors. So this year is like an all boys crew, and just me and my friend being the only females this year compared to last year.
This will be your second time participating in the
Yes,
40 hour film challenge.
yes, second time. I
Cool.
think I honestly like I feel like this time was more stressful. I'm not going to lie. It's
Uh,
way different from last year.
yeah. Could you elaborate on that? Why you felt it was a little more stressful?
So it was a lot of like changes going on. So we had to change the script around and like kind of improvise a lot of the time. So and then like the editing and like the space that we were using, because we were shooting at a library. So it was hard to like get the bathroom scene that we wanted in the film. So it was like, they had to like they like basically like kicked us out to not be in the bathroom. We could only film in the patio. So it was a lot of like hiccups, but I'm glad that it ended really well, the film, and I'm excited for people to see it. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
So what was the inspiration behind the story that you chose to tell in this film?
Inspiration. So I was okay. So I was telling the actors like, because they were like, "What are we doing?" They didn't know until the day of. Like, I didn't give them nothing. I was like, "Okay, just meet me here. I'll tell you everything right there." And they were like, "Okay, we're doing what?" So I got inspired by Little Shop of Horrors. So it's it's a story about like a plant, and just like it turns into like this like bad plant just wanting more and more. You guys should watch it. I don't know if you've seen Above the Rim or Juice. Those are like my favorite movies. And those movies, like, it's always like a friend turning against each other, but not knowing the power that they have. So yeah, there's a little bit of that. And originally I was gonna do just like more so like a storytelling fantasy, like just making that book come to life and how it's perceived. But then I'm like, I don't really have enough time to flesh this idea. But yeah, those are some movies I got inspired by. I was like, my own twist to it. How can I do this? So yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I think Little Shop of Horrors is great. And it's a really cool, very dreamlike movie, especially with that big,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah, exactly.
really cool example. With the genre that you received, as well as the location, were there any challenges that came just from those two things, and how to implement those with the your budget, or whether it's a tighter budget?
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, no, so I don't have any experience with like adding in like these special effects and like these like great effects, and definitely don't have the budget for it. So I try my best to try to make it feel like, wow, this is really happening. How do you do this? So there's like a scene with like a skateboard moving. So my friend, she came up with this awesome idea how do we put that? How do we shut the lights? Because originally we wanted to shut the lights off and on, like magically. How did But we again, we didn't have enough time, and we don't know how to like make that come to life. Was doing it ourselves more so than having special effects. Yeah, if that makes sense.
you figured out solutions to pull off some magic. I was
Yeah.
particularly a big fan of the skateboard moving,
Yeah, yeah.
the telekinesis. And if you could,
You're right.
yeah, and if I was always like looking for that string. I was like, "What's that string?" That
Yes, she used the string. Yeah, so
you guys use
we
the
I,
string for that?
we used the string for that. Yeah, and then like that whole scene with him waking up, that was not supposed to be a part of the film. It was supposed to be a way different ending, like completely different ending. It was supposed to be like like that Michael Jackson Thriller, like I fooled you, and he turns around and just like, you guys are like, I
With the
got you.
eyes.
Yeah, with the eyes and stuff. I wanted to put that, but again, like, you gotta move things around.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And yeah, I thought it was interesting that like it almost looked like, the beginning was reality, that he woke up into a dream. Like you felt
Yes,
that
exactly.
more or less what you were going for?
Yes, I wanted that. Like, how can I make this all to a dream? Like, because in reality, the crazy thing that was supposed to happen in the bathroom of his apartment was supposed to happen in the library. Like, it was supposed to be that whole spatula scene, right? It was supposed to be in the library. Like, his friends knocking on the door, like, yo, you good? Like, just things like that. But I switched it around, like, completely. And so, yeah.
So I noticed that in the film you shot some scenes in the Bronx Library Center,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I
In the
saw
Fordham.
space and outside, yeah, Fordham.
Yes.
What
Yes.
made you want to shoot there, and how did you get away with shooting in the staircase and outside on that outside area?
So, what made me want to shoot there was because originally I wanted the scene was supposed to start as like these friends coming together and meeting up somewhere, right? And they're supposed to come from school, but I didn't add all that because that would have been a longer movie. So, it was supposed to jump into that, like they're just studying, they're heading to the library, and they're gonna talk about like these weird things, these weird dreams, and so that's when like it ended up not being a real thing. It was all like the only thing I think I got away with the shoot on the stairs because nobody was looking at me and staring at me. Until somebody like kind of like snitched us out. It was like, hey, somebody's in the bathroom. There's like three people in the bathroom and they're shooting. I'm like, we're shooting. Like, nope, you guys gotta go. I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to at least get the steps. And it's funny because I was so close to finishing that short film just in the library, but you gotta switch it around.
Yeah,
So
very much a guerrilla style of filmmaking. So I'm glad
definitely.
you were able to do that safely. But I thought that was
Hmm.
interesting. Like, oh yeah, because we didn't make that a location, but it's cool that you chose
Right.
location Oval Park is like almost the opening credits and like kind of set
Yes.
the mood of the whole film. So
Right. It's different from what I did last year because I had Grand Conquerors last year and I did it in that park, Joyce Kilmer Park,
oh yeah,
that
that's
whole
right.
time. So that whole strip just has a lot of, but I wanted a different scene this year, not the park again. I wanted to like, I don't know, be more realistic. Like, okay, what's the story about these three guys, and how can we? And then it was my first time shooting in an apartment.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, because I didn't implement that yet last year. It was more like everything was around that same area. So yeah.
And do you have any advice for any filmmakers, anybody that would want to maybe participate in future years of Bronx Film 48 and the 48-hour film challenge?
Yes, definitely don't stress it too much. It will flow. Honestly, like if you have a good team, if you're like positive about it, just go for it, especially if it's your first time. I know I saw a lot of people that were just entering for the first time when you did that kickoff, and I seen people's faces like a little bit nervous about it, and I was in that shoe, like in those shoes at the moment last year, but I did it and I loved it. And just putting yourself in a pressure and creative like process really showcases like, wow, this is the talent that I could come up with. This is like the artwork that I can like produce in this amount of time. Imagine if I had more time. So it's just seeing that progress is so important, and being able to showcase that. So yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for today.
Thank you.
So thank you for answering these
Of
questions and thank
course.
you for participating in the Bronx 48-hour film challenge.
Thank you for starting this and kicking this off. I love this. I for sure next year I think I might just become an actress. And so I want to act in somebody's film.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really would love
other
that.
side of the
But
camera.
yeah.
Very
off
cool.
off the camera. Yeah, I mean on the camera. I would love to be on camera and like, I love to act as well. I'm also like love to be behind the camera and be in front of the camera. So,
Very
yeah.
cool. Multiple talents. Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Yes.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Edwin.
All right. You'd want to say any shout outs that you like to give
Oh,
audience, anything you like to say to the audience that would be watching this on a big
heck
screen?
yeah. Yeah, shout out to Darina. Thank you, girl. You really pulled through. Shout out to all the actors. I know it was hot that day. Shout out to y'all three. Y'all did amazing. Especially there was a lot of you guys just like the first time acting on screen. So shout out to you guys. You guys have a lot of talent. And yeah, like and shout out to everyone who's gonna come see this. So thank you.